Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am filming a quick get ready with me today because I'm going to a little family barbecue, and I figured why not take the opportunity to film a video. So as you can see, I'm in a new setting today. I'm actually in my I guess it's not revised, but my new-ish lash studio. Honestly speaking, I filmed about 12 videos in the last, let's say, 4 weeks, and every single video that I thought was perfect, something would be off with the lighting. And I think I was trying to film constantly in my room just because obviously that's where all my makeup is all the time, but with the window and the way my vanity is set up, it's just the light balance is all over the place. So I finally just gave up on that idea and said, you know what, I'm just going to move all of my stuff to my lash studio, which now realizing it works a lot better. Yeah, so I really like it. I spent the last 2 days pretty much just getting everything together, running around while dealing with, I don't know what was going on with my back on Friday. I had to get a massage, and literally after the massage I didn't feel any better, and I'm very scared of needles. Anybody who knows me, even though I have a bunch of tattoos, but that's different. But I don't like needles that go inside to your hand. It just freaks me out. But this guy was like, oh, acupuncture would really help, and I'm like, just do it, do whatever you need to do. And don't get me wrong, like when he was doing it when it was going in my back, it was fine, but when he started doing like the ones in your hand, you like feel these pains like shooting up your hand. I was just like, oh my god, this is the weirdest sensation. And then he put some like behind my knee because he said those were the pressure points that I guess need to be released based on where I was having pain in my back. I mean, it was like my whole shoulder blade felt like I got hit by a bus. It was the most bizarre thing ever. But yeah, the acupuncture actually helped. So now we are fast forward 2 days later, and I feel a lot better. Like I was walking around like a 95-year-old woman. It was insane. So yeah, now we're here. I'm feeling better, super happy. I like cried like I'm not even exaggerating. I cried like 8 times on Friday because I'm like, what's going on? So I'm starting with my Fenty Beauty Pro-Filt'r Hydrating Primer. I was in excruciating pain, but now I am all better. Okay, now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty Pro'Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation in 340, as you guys have seen in all my videos. Okay, so now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. I've tried to use other brow stuff, but my brows are just super curly, so when I try to use pencils, I just feel like it doesn't really tame them. And then when I use a pencil plus a wax, I'm just like, why am I doing all this? So I just went right back to using my pomade because that just gets the job done. Just gets the job done, guys. That's all it is. But yeah, like I always use a daily brush cleaner while I'm doing makeup, and I clean my brush after pretty much every application. But then like every 2 weeks I still go through and clean my makeup brushes. I have like a machine that I got from Amazon. I think I paid like $25, and it really helps. Like a lot of times people ask me for advice on skincare, and I always tell people like the main thing about, or ask me advice about makeup or how do I keep my makeup so clear, whatever. And I always tell people the main thing when it comes to having great makeup is great skin. Like it sounds cliche, but it's just as simple as that. So now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I'm also using my Fenty Beauty concealer. It's a Pro'Filt'r Instant Retouch Concealer in 340 as well. Let me find a brush that would work for this. I just want to do, I'm going to outline my brows, but I'm not going to do too much today because I'm running late. In terms of like outlining the whole thing, I'm just going to outline the highlights just so it looks like I did a little something. Yeah, so I'm going in with a smaller angle brush. remembered something, guys. I totally forgot to put on my eyeshadow primer. So don't be like me. Put this on when you're putting on your actual primer. But it's fine. I didn't do too much on my eyes yet. That it won't make a big difference. And it's mostly going to be for my lid, the lid area, because that's where most of the eyeshadow, or well, not most, all the eyeshadow is going. So, but yeah, usually this step is before concealer and all that jazz, but I'm running like this. We're not gonna talk about that. This is a judgment-free zone. The usual areas. Get those dark circles out of here because nobody asked them to pull up. And honestly, you know what? No. I feel like this makeup isn't as happy enough. And I know I'm gonna be outside. So yes, let's hit this with the fan a little bit. And you do not have to do this. This is just me being a little bit OCD. Because I like my concealer to feel a little bit tacky so that when I place it, it like stays. But yeah, I do have the AC on, but it's not bumping the way I need it to be bumping. So now when we got that whole face situated, it's looking a little light right now. We gotta add some contour to it. And I'm gonna use my, if I could find the palette. It's by, I think it's by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Her contour cream kit. It's in here. It's, yeah, the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour cream kit. Mine's pretty beat up because I use it all the time, as you can see. At one point I was using the concealer that was in here for under my eyes, and then I found the Fenty one. I was like, just because it's just easier. Like it was really frustrating sometimes, or it is frustrating, you know, when you find a foundation that you like. Okay, now we gotta find a concealer from another brand because the concealer with this brand doesn't work. And then now we gotta find a powder. Like, it's good when brands pretty much align their foundations and concealers together. Like, okay, if you're wearing a 340 in foundation, you're wearing a 340 in concealer. It was like they would have a whole different number system. It was just too much. But for right now, I'm going in with this color to contour these cheeks. These cheeks. That sounded weird. And I go like that, and I make sure I really get the product on there. And I go on this side, do the same thing. Then I'm gonna get this forehead situated. Without disturbing the baby hairs. Don't worry, it looks a little crazy right now, but we're gonna blend that out and make that look real nice, y'all. And I do a little tiny smidgen right here, and I pull it down just to give myself a bit of a nose bridge. Then I'm gonna go in my larger beauty blender, and I'm gonna buff those lines out. Almost making sure to buff it upward into the cream concealer. Ooh, see? Just like that. Very simple stuff, guys. So then we're gonna go in and get these areas just a little buffed. You don't have to do too much, just because once we go in there with our brushes, we could kind of fix anything, but just buff out the line a bit if you can, trying not to obviously erase your brows. And now we have a nice contoured face. Now I'm gonna go in with my, why can't I remember any of the things I'm looking for today? My setting powder by Mercier. This is her translucent loose setting powder. And I'm just gonna pretty much start the baking process. You know, that under eye area. Get that together. You don't want crackage. Crackage is not cute. So this is the packaging. And when you open the palette, it looks like this. As you can see, your girl hasn't used it. But yeah, it looks like that. Super pretty colors. Like I'll just swatch one on my finger just to show you how much this shows up. So I'm gonna swatch the Excite color. Look at that. Like I cannot make, you can't make this up. That's one swipe. So that's what I like to see. Now I am gonna go in with, I feel like doing a daytime cut crease today. I was gonna do something else simple, but now I'm getting a little inspired. So we're gonna go in with the Teddy color, and I'm using my blending brush by Bestoke. I don't know where I got this. I think I might have got this from Amazon, but yeah, blending brush, going in with the Teddy color, and I'm just gonna lightly create that, I guess, illusion of a crease right above my crease. And as you can see, I'm kind of dragging it out, so it's like a bit of an S shape that I'm creating. Very light. This color is not really going to show up, but this is just going to kind of prep the eye for the slayage that's coming on. And I like this mirror. This palette just has everything, because there's always these palettes where you like all the products and their mirror is just poo. But yeah, this mirror is really nice because it just shows you your whole face. Like, I hate palettes where the mirror is super skinny and you're kind of like looking at one eye at a time. No one has time for that. I want to see my whole face. So yeah, so I'm just kind of creating that S shape, relaxed S shape, I should say. Perfect. Now we're going to do the other eye. Now I'm going in with Raw. It's a little bit darker, but I want to use a smaller blending brush just because I really want the precision to be there. It's a skinnier blending brush, so I'm going in with the Raw color. It's this color here, and then I'm going to go in a little bit right under, but you're going to create that crease kind of more towards the outer edge of your brow, or not your brow, sorry, of your eye, and you could bring it out, but I'm literally stopping in the middle. So I'm just going with this. Okay, I'm already seeing the vision, I'm seeing the vision. Now I'm gonna go back in with my concealer, the same concealer I was using before. Let me wipe off my hand because I feel like I'm gonna rub this on my shirt later. Where did I put it? Perfect. And I'm going to actually use a brush because there's a little bit more precision with it. I can use this brush, I guess. And I'm going to take some of the product off onto my brush, and I'm going to start to put this all over my lid, but I'm mostly focusing on the crease and make sure that the line is really crisp. So I'm going to go like this. I'll show you. And I can't talk too much during this just because it's like doing your brows. I can't talk doing my brows. So just look and observe. Now I'm just gonna dry it a bit because I don't want it to be all over the place when we start to get this makeup together. But while I'm drying that, I'm actually gonna dust off my, what do you call it? Baking powder. Not baking powder, but I'm just gonna dust this off because I don't like it to be too white. And then I'll continue to dry that. It already feels dry, but let's just give it another 10 seconds. Perfect. Now we're gonna go in with our packing brush, or a packing brush. I'm gonna go in with, Bear is too light. No, let's do Bear. I'm gonna go in with the color Bear. So this is like a very, pretty much a beige shade, I'm assuming. And we're gonna apply that to the entire lid, pretty much wherever we put the concealer. Did anybody else see the movie Tenet? I know this is a bit off topic, but I watched it last weekend and I am confused AF. Like, I watched Inception and I love Inception, but I had to watch that movie about 3 to 4 times to really... You guys saw what I just did, but I can fix that. I had to watch a movie like 3 or 4 times to really grasp what the hell was going on, because it's like, it's a lot. It's like a dream within a dream within a dream. Like, it's, you know, trying to keep up. Like, jeez. So I went into Tenet like I went to see it on last Sunday, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just watch Inception right now so I can get my mind thinking, because you know, this guy's movies, he likes to do the most, right? And is his name Christopher Nolan or Chris Nolan? Something Nolan. But I just know when it comes to his movies, he doesn't play around. Like, you're gonna leave the theater confused as hell. So I was watching Inception to kind of get my mind prepped for what I was about to see, because I was honestly really excited about Tenet from prior to us going into quarantine. Like, whenever they dropped the first trailer, I don't know if it was like last December, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be the movie of the summer. I was so amped. So obviously when quarantine happened and I knew it wasn't going down, I was not happy, because I was like, you know, but I watched it, and this movie is deeper than deep. The movie is a lot, guys. Like, I can't even, like, I literally watched the movie and I came out and I went with, not gonna tell you guys where I went with, but a group of people, and when we left the theater, we all stood in the parking lot talking about it for like another 30 minutes, because everyone was just like, what? Like, and it got to the point where middle of the movie where I'm like asking, like, do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on? No one knew what's going on. So we're all just watching and just enjoying the action sequence. But after watching the, I guess, reviews, because I love to, you know, it's a thing that I've been into, is watching movie reviews. I kind of understand a little bit more. But now we got our base shade on, we need to add the actual shade that I want to use. And the shade that I'm going to use, actually, you know what, I'm going to use my same packing brush I was using so I don't dirty up another brush. We're going to go in with the shade Tickle, just because I don't want it to be such a, I want it to be a little bit pinker than this, but this base shade is great to start with. So I'm going to go in with Tickle, which is this shade, and I'm going to start with my outer area, because I want to see if this is something that I want to transition, or if I just want my whole eye to be pink. I think I should go with the whole eye pink, right? Okay, so let's put this base shade, or this shade, all over where we put that initial shade of Bear, like that. Like I said, don't worry about the line right now, the crease. We are gonna go in and make that picture perfect, y'all. So I think the pink I was adding was just was taking away from the cut crease. I think in terms of the contrast a cut crease gives. And because this palette is so bomb, it's actually working. I was literally like, fudge, this is blending too well together. But now I put the Bear on and we're right back to where we started. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it where it looks like there's pink at the base of my eyes, but then it almost like ombres up into a lighter shade. And I'm okay with that look. Mostly okay, because your girl does not have time to wipe anything off right now. So now we're gonna do a brow highlight. And the highlight that I'm gonna use is by, I wonder if I wanna use my Becca highlighter. See how that looks. Yeah. So we're gonna use my Becca highlighter. It's their Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder. This is what it looks like. And I'm gonna take a small brush. I'm actually using the same brush that I used to, I guess, add the concealer to my eyes. And I'm gonna outline those brows and get them together. Because, you know, you can't complete an eye look without a brow highlight. Like, what is that? Where do you do that? I know you guys see that highlight. I know you guys see it. You see it. Now I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Longwear Matte Bronzer in the shade Dark Chocolate. And I'm going to use my... What brush is this? Also Be Stoked. Why are none of the numbers on there? Like, did they rub off? But it's an angled, it's angled, right? Yeah, it's an angled bronzing brush. What I love about this Too Faced bronzer, not only is it an amazing product, but when it says dark chocolate, it actually smells like chocolate. And one time I sneezed and some of the product went into my mouth and it tastes like chocolate too. It's very weird. Wait, why is there still, I totally didn't see that there. Right on top of where we concealed our face. See, like just now, it just went into my mouth. It tastes just like chocolate. And then we're just gonna continue to get that bronzer popping. Like that. Pretty. And we're gonna get that forehead together. And then I'm also gonna use my same blending brush that I've been using. I'm wiping it off of my tissue. And we're gonna get that nose bridge. Remember I told you we would come back and fix this area? Yeah, that's where I usually add my little bridge. Just to give my nose some depth. You know, us black girls, our noses are super special. Like that. Not too much, but a little something, something. What do I want to do on the cheeks? I want to do something fun. Sangria Sunset by Fenty. I think this is gonna be too sparkly, no? Ooh, but it kind of gives me vibes. It's giving me looks. Okay, let's see how it would look on my hand. I don't want something too pink. I don't know, I'm scared. Or do I go with my regular Dainty, my go-to MAC. Is this Dainty? The Ciate London. I think this might be the one. Yes. So this is by, and I know I'm saying this wrong, I think, but it's by Ciate London. It's their Marbled Light Dusk. I guess blush. And I'm gonna use my same bronzer brush. I'm just going to wipe it off on my tissue. Well, not my tissue. Well, my makeup rag, just to get some of that bronzer out. Yeah. And I got this concealer. Not this concealer. Why do I keep saying concealer today? It's like I keep throwing that name out for everything I'm trying to say. I got this new setting powder. Now I said something else. I got this new setting spray that I'm going to introduce you guys to. And it is, wait till you see what this thing does. Oh, this is cute. Okay. All right. We're almost there. We're almost there. So now it's time to get the highlight together. This is my favorite part of makeup. Like, this is what brings the look together. So this is by Iconic London. It's their Prep Set and Glow setting spray. It's like a water mist, but only thing about this, I do not recommend using this on your full face. It is super potent. And one of the looks, I remember I was telling you guys that I filmed a bunch of looks. The look was so bomb, and I sprayed this thing over my whole face, and I looked like friggin' the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. It was like shiny. So, but I like that, because that means, you know, if I need to get my highlighter poppin', this is the product. So the highlighter that I'm going to use is going to be the Becca one. It's the same one I used on my brows earlier. So I'm going to pick up a little bit on my highlighter brush, and I can dab that on there, just to give the kids a look, you know. Here, dab that on there, get everything together like that. So part of me wants to use eyeliner on my eyes, but should I? I don't feel like it. Because like, eyeliner is great, but with lash extensions, it's the most annoying thing to take off. So we got this, adding that, add a little bit to that chin area. Let's get the nose popping. And then I take a little bit extra on my product, on my brush, spray the product on this instead of your face, and then you're gonna, do you guys see that? How potent that is? Like, I barely put any on, and I know you see that. Like, what are you? How dare you freaking have a highlight that's that blinding? And I'm not even gonna pick up any more product. I'm just gonna spray a little bit more on my brush. And I only do this on my cheeks just because it is way too much for the rest of my face. Like, who did I speak to even, like, come on. Like, what is that? What is that? I like it. Looks good. I'm just using my finger to kind of buff out that line. I might actually go in and add a little bit more. Oh my God. Like, what are you? Who did you speak to? Just add, oh. Miss, I'm gonna need you to tell me where you got your highlighter from. Miss, it's not a highlighter, it's a setting spray. Okay. I don't know why I'm acting like this and I'm acting like I'm not late. Okay, so you will be seeing more of this in my videos. Now that I know how to use that bad boy. I just can't use it all over my whole face. Because imagine, like, this was my whole face. It was crazy. The makeup was so nice, but it was just overdone with the setting spray. So we got that. I think I have to add eyeliner, guys. I'm not joking. Because I feel like the cut crease isn't a cut crease without a liner. Like, you need that. But I'm not going to do the liner over the whole eyes. I might just do a wing. So let's just jump back into that right now. I'm super annoyed that I have to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. So I'm using my Fenty Beauty FlyLiner and Cause I'm Black. I love this liner. Like, it is, the precision is like no other. I cannot talk to you guys while I'm doing this, so just watch and observe. Okay, so as you can see, the liner brought this look together. Now we're just gonna do the under eyes and get this show on the road. So I gotta get some more work done, guys. I talked way too much in this tutorial. Way too much. Oh, I'm looking at my Hudabeauty palette. So we're gonna go in with the same color that we used on the top eye of the cut crease, which was Raw. I'm just using a little tiny brush. I really need to, like, figure out the names of these brushes because, like, I know how to use them, but I just don't know the names. And I'm just gonna lightly dust underneath my eyes just to smoke them out a bit, and they're not so one-dimensional. Like that. We're gonna do the same thing here. Going in with my MAC Cream Sheen lipstick in Modesty and adding that color to the equation. Giving me that. And then I'm going in with my RK by Kiss Crystal Gloss Lip Gloss. It's just like a cream color kind of thing, and I'm just adding that to the equation because you can never, well, you definitely, I was gonna say you can never have too much gloss, but you definitely can. For the setting spray, I'm using Badescu Rose Water Setting Spray, as I always do. Hit it with a fan, just because I'm extra and I don't have time. But I really like how this came out. It's so pretty. And it's still like a daytime look. Like, even though it's a cut crease, and a lot of people would say cut creases are a little dramatic for daytime, but no, this is super cute, y'all. Perfect. Guys, this is the finished look. This is my pink cut crease using my Hudabeauty Nude palette. I give this palette a 10 out of 10. There is so much versatility with this palette, and I love a palette that if you kind of like mix up the shades, you're not feeling the vibe, you can continue to pack on it. It just kind of comes together. As you can see from the video, that is pretty much what happened, and I love the way this look. The colors blend perfectly together. There's so much pigment in the glitter shades, the beige shades, and for $89, now I kind of understand why her stuff is so expensive. This will definitely not be my last purchase from Hudabeauty. I am super excited to see what else she has, and I feel like now I'll definitely do a lot more research to see what else is out there. But this is the look. Do you like it? I know you do. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I drop a video every Tuesday on my channel, so look out for that, and thank you for watching.